All right, we're here with Stanford basketball freshman Isaac White. Am I doing that correctly?
Correct, that's good. Yep.
All right, so you've been here since I think late June. So just what's Stanford like for you? How is it going for you so far?
It's going absolutely fantastically. I got out here late June. I was kind of nervous coming in, mainly due to the lifestyle change. And I didn't know, like, socially whether an Australian kid would be able to slot in straight away. But once that element took care of itself, I met my teammates and I kind of developed some friendships and was welcomed into the family pretty early. That kind of took away any doubt I had about the situation. Basketball-wise, obviously we had a lighter summer in terms of on-court 2-hour-week caps, but again, we went hard at it and we kind of built a foundation physically with Corey in the weight room. So, it was a pretty tough summer physically, but I guess now we're all accustomed, especially the freshmen, accustomed to the college lifestyle, and also to get a few units done in the classroom was good. I've only got positive things to say about it. I didn't really know what to think coming in. Obviously, I chose Stanford for a reason, but I think in general, for an international kid moving to a new country away from everything he knows, it wouldn't always go smoothly. So I'm really fortunate for how it's gone so far.
How much homesickness have you had?
I've been pretty fortunate. I went home over September, which made it a lot easier. Kind of the whole summer, I was thinking, it's only 5 weeks, 4 weeks till I see my family, all that stuff again. But now it's kind of a different feel. But at the same time, when I got off at San Francisco Airport again this time, I was kind of used to the situation. I developed the friendships and all that, so I was less worried. So it was less homesickness, more doubt about what I'd have at this place. But once that's taken care of itself, of course I miss my family and my friends and all that sort of stuff. But I'm here for business and I enjoy my time here. So I know what needs to be done.
Has Alana Smith been someone you've talked to at all about the transition?
Not so much about the transition. I've met with her a few times, just as the boys and girls team mingle, but I don't know. We haven't really got in depth. I haven't got in depth with her about it. I'll probably talk smack about me like I'm trying to get at the Aussie on the girls team, but no, we haven't talked about that too much. But yeah, she's just been a familiar face for me to talk to, I guess.
Now, you guys were at a little bit of a disadvantage being all over the globe as a freshman class.
Yep.
Who have you gotten close with on the team as the freshman, and has anyone stood out from the veteran guys who kind of welcomed you in?
Yeah, I roomed with KZ over the summer, so naturally I'm going to get closer to him. And yeah, I've been really tight with him. Dejan as well. We all live within meters of each other, so we all kind of grew a bit of a bond pretty fast. And then of course Oscar. Being another international, I've found myself at a few events with him, just isolated from the other American athletes. So I've had enough opportunity to develop friendships with him too. But look, I can't really separate any of the freshmen. I'm tight with all of them in a unique way, I guess. But out of the veterans, Reed's been a great guy for me. We both kind of value hard work and work ethic, so we find each other in the gym doing extra stuff, and through that we kind of bond, and we've hung out a few times. So Reed's been a huge part of my transition to this group. But again, I can't really single anyone out that hasn't been helpful in their own unique way to helping me become accustomed to this lifestyle.
Speaking of Reed, he mentioned last week that day one, first practice, he liked your communication, the fire you brought to the first day. It was 0 to 100 right away. If you could talk about that mindset about basketball and what you're hoping to bring to this team.
I was appreciative to hear that Reed had some positive things to say. That's always good. I guess as a 6'1" guard who's not the quickest or most athletic guy in the world, I feel I put it upon myself. I've got to take care of the intangibles, whether that's just working hard, running my sprints right, defending as hard as I can, and communicating. And they're the things I can control 100% of the time. I can't control how the ball falls when it comes out of my hands sometimes. So I just feel that I'm going to give myself and my team an advantage every time if I can be the loudest on the floor or work as hard as I can at all times, and only good things can come from that. So, from a personal sense, I think that's a smart way to go about it, but at the same time, it can only help the team if I'm pulling my weight.
A couple of months ago, Coach has pointed out your three-point shooting in Australia, and well, first he said he didn't think he could do that in an open gym with no one guarding him, and then the other thing was giving you the freedom to put it up. If you're open out the 3-point line, he said you need to shoot.
Yeah.
Kind of your thoughts on that, and what it's taken to get to that point to be that confident, and for a coach to be confident in you that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's another thing. Like I can control how many reps I put up off the court, off the, in the practice gym essentially. So I pride myself on how hard I work off the court, and so I develop an internal confidence from that. The hours I spend in the gym, working on my craft in that sense, and obviously I had some success in Australia shooting the ball. That was kind of my identity as a player, and that helped me get recruited to this school, I believe. So with that being said, with that being recruited with that identity, I think naturally the coaching staff would want me to play to my strengths initially, and yeah, I've had conversations with staff, and as I've progressed along this pre-season, the coaches have kind of developed the confidence in me as I've developed the confidence in myself in this system. And like it is definitely a different game. There's bigger bodies, more athletic bodies, but the principle's still the same. If I can get a good look up, I've got to shoot the ball with confidence, and it's what the team wants me to do, and it's what I should do. So,
What's been the biggest surprise on and off the court about your time here so far?
On the court, I mean, from where I am, you only really hear stories of other athletes who've gone to schools, and it's the vibe is that you're running, you're sprinting, you're doing harsh punishments, and that's kind of the lifestyle. And I guess I could only assume what that would be like. And here, I've kind of I was impressed by the way that it's not senseless. The punishments or the way the structure's set, it's not senseless. It's not just like you throw a turnover, everyone's running 1,000 sprints. It's just like it's all related to something in some way. So I've kind of, you realise that these staff are here and they are here purely for our team, which is kind of surprising in itself. But the thought that goes into practices and the thought that goes into the finer things, like even just running a certain punishment for a certain thing, I was really impressed with the detail, I guess, in the teaching from the coaching staff. And off the court, I guess harking back to my transition socially, I thought maybe, I mean, I don't doubt myself as a person. I know I'm a easy to relate to guy, but I thought maybe, I don't know, being from a different culture, it might be hard for me to adjust or feel comfortable over here. But I was really impressed with my teammates, and fortunate enough to kind of be accustomed to this lifestyle and with my teammates really fast.
Do you have a favorite American food or restaurant so far?
Chick-fil-A is really nice. That stuff's nice, yeah. Been there a few times with the guys, and I really love that.
I was wondering, non-athletes, what it's been like. I mean, Stanford draws from all over, and who you've roomed with, who's kind of been in the hallway, who you've been introduced yourself to.
Well, I mean, the non-athlete students have moved in, I guess, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I got a really good roommate. His name's Justin from just out of LA, and I bonded with him really quickly. I guess the one thing that unites all Stanford students is that they've kind of achieved excellence, or they're headed towards excellence in one way or another. And if you view it like that, you can kind of learn to appreciate everyone's field, whether that be basketball or trying to cure cancer. So, but again, I haven't really met a person that is trying to downplay other people's successes or trying to break other people down, which is kind of becoming a common part of culture these days. So the RAs in my dorm, great people. Pretty much the common things that everyone wants each other to achieve, and they're kind of supportive of each other's pathways, and I thought that's something I've noticed and I'm really appreciative of.
What's the biggest area of focus the coaches have assigned to you between now and when the season starts?
Personally?
Yeah.
Personally, I guess I've been told, again, to shoot the ball with confidence and basically play to my strength as I develop a sense of comfort in this team and in the college system, I guess. So as I came in, they wanted me to... There are a few rule changes which I had to quickly learn about, but that's not huge. But just the style of play and realising that I might be considered kind of more athletic over in Australia, but over here I might have a different physical identity, so I've got to kind of play to a different strength. So I've been kind of guided to play to my strengths initially, and then as I develop a comfort, I can kind of look to explore different parts of my game. But again, it's just part of, that's part of playing my role in the team. I don't need to come in and try and take over everything and try and do everything. That's why we have a great group of guys who've been kind of put together over the last 4 years. And so I'm happy to just try and play my role and execute that for our group.
How does the pace and system that you're learning here differ or overlap with where you come from?
Where I come from, I guess offensively the pace is a lot faster. There's a lot more transition. That makes sense. With the better the athletes, the quicker guys can get up and down the floor. The difference is probably due to the athletic offense is that there's probably less full court defense. Where I'm from, our Australian training camps can be 3 hours straight of full court defense, which I don't miss, but that might be one difference. It's kind of, there's probably more half court play off a score, but again, if at the same time if you've missed a shot or a turnover's happened, the ball's going to be down your throat before you know it. So that's a big change.
And then Coach Haas talks all the time to us, and I imagine you guys, about the 3 core values. So tough, selfless, invested.
Mm-hmm.
As you are right now, what would you say of those 3 is your best area, and which of those 3 would you like to improve the most?
I would say, my identity as a player is to be tough. I think that would be an immediate strength, but also at the same time, I believe I'm very much invested. I think I'm, as I said, one of the harder workers in the group, but because I have to be, I guess. I'm happy to do anything for my teammates, and I think I'm really quite invested. So I think that would probably be one of my strengths. At the same time, I really want my teammates and my team to succeed. So I'd like to say I embody all 3, but I guess part of being tough, sometimes I need to, maybe off the court, if I take feedback, I need to be tough and resilient enough to kind of not get down on myself or not try and overthink it, and then just kind of get back to work the next day. And that's the beauty of now we've hit the season that we've kind of got practice every day that we can go out. So early in the thing, I'd overthink. We only have 2 hours practice a week. If you get some feedback and you're here kind of try and impress and do well, I'd kind of overthink it or something like that. But I think I've learnt now that when I get feedback, it's only room for growth. So I need to take that on board, but also don't let it hurt my sail and come back the next day.
All right.